Have you ever found yourself wrestling with God's word, just like Jacob did on that quiet night in Genesis? When he was left alone, in complete silence, all he had were his own thoughts. Genesis 32-24 tells us that a figure appeared to him, and Jacob wrestled with this figure until daybreak. By daybreak, Jacob realized he was wrestling with more than a man. Despite the pain and exhaustion, he refused to let go, and thanks to his persistence, he received a blessing and a new name. Dear friends, this is how we must act in our own lives. Wrestling with the word, clinging to God's promises, and persisting even when it feels like we're defeated. James 1:12 reminds us, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Sometimes the path of faith is not easy. The struggles are real, but it's in these moments that our persistence allows God to work more powerfully in our lives. But let's be honest, believing God's promises can be challenging. I remember when I moved abroad to study, facing a new language, a new culture, and countless challenges. At first, it was hard to believe that God's word applied to my situation. Doubts crept in, and I wondered if his promises would ever come to pass. But then I remembered Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This verse became my anchor. Just like Jacob, as I held on, doors began to open. And just as Jacob was transformed after his encounter with God, his limp a reminder of reliance on God rather than his own strength, I too experienced internal and external transformation. Wrestling with God isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Holding on to his word, even in difficulty, leads to blessings and growth. Let's commit to wrestling with the word daily. In moments of doubt, difficulty, or uncertainty, cling to God's promises. Meditate on his word, pray over it, and let it shape your life. Just like Jacob, you can emerge transformed, strengthened, and blessed. If you found inspiration in Jacob's story and my journey, join us each week as we explore biblical truths together. Subscribe, comment, and let's grow in faith, understanding, and the power of God's word.